Today is Monday, June 12th, 2023. We are on Gorge Brook Trail heading up Moosilauke right now. But we're going to do something different today. So when we get to the last sure water sign, we're going to get off trail, cross the water, and look for the abandoned Gorge Brook slide trail, which cuts over to Carriage Road. So we'll see how that goes. It's a little bit wet. You can tell it rained lightly on the way up. Looks like it might have rained here overnight too. Not ideal conditions for doing a slide, but it's quite overgrown if you look at satellite. So I think that we won't have to be slip sliding around, and I don't think it's particularly slabby. So we'll see how it goes. It's an adventure. As long as we make it out alive in one piece. We have all day. We're the only car there at the Ravine Lodge. Left around 9 o'clock in the morning. This guy's just hanging out on the ground. I think he probably ran into a tree or something and got stunned. It's a warbler. I have to look up what kind. He's got black throat. He has quite a bit of defecation underneath him. I don't know, maybe it's young. It sort of looks like he's got some, what are they, like pin feathers, what do they call them? Is that what they call them? Right up under, right under there. So maybe it's just not fully mature. I don't know. Hope he makes it off okay. So we are where the last sure water sign is. And then this is Gorge Brook. We're gonna cross and look for the base of the slide. I think it's slightly up that direction. And then Gorge Brook Trail continues on this way. And this I've never seen before. So I'm not really sure where it's been, because it says that they approved this as a memorial to Ross and Kenny in 1972, and I have never seen this. So definitely was not here. In any case, our plan is to take this abandoned trail over to Carriage Trail and then go up to the summit and come back down Gorge Brook. So we should be coming down this way. A little bit of mud right here, but it really hasn't been bad at all. It's certainly mostly avoidable and not deep, so that's good. All right, so now to look for the slide. Now, there are actually multiple slides out here, so hopefully we won't overshoot it. I believe it's going to be our first slide. And I do have GPS with the entrance to the slide marked, so we'll see what happens. It looks pretty open, so that's good. Okay, so we have been wandering just a short period of time down here trying to determine where the base of the slide is that we want. And I believe that this is it. Wow, that is a loud plane. I wonder if, is that a fighter again? It sounds like a fighter. Last time we were on Moosilauke, there were fighters out. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna assume by using satellite imagery and educated guess and old maps that this is the bottom of the slide that we want. We're gonna climb it regardless. Right. They'll all eventually hit the Carriage Road, so here we go. Okay, now we're definitely on the right track, and sorry, this nice pole just slid up my arm. We've got blooming rhodora, and I don't know if it's visible. When I get up there, I'll shoot it again, but there is a blaze right there from the Dartmouth Outing Club from the 60s. I think there are two visible blazes on the slide, so that's one of them, so we're definitely on the right place. But it's running water Lovely.
Canteens.
Yeah. And slippery. So we've got to pick our way carefully. But now we know for sure we're on the right path. That's good. So I'm not sure if it's visible here, but there's a set of 2 blazes that are yellow and then another 2 up at the top of that slab, which sort of indicates that that's the trail when it was open. I cannot imagine. It's totally wet and covered with algae. When this was, yeah, steep, and when this was an open trail, it was only recommended for ascending. So I'm not sure why they painted a set at the top of that to make it look like this is the way to go down. Here's our view out to Asquam Ridge. Okay, so we're going to bypass this by going up this area right here. It's still a little bit wet where I am, but it dries out up there, it looks like. And sundews, oh look, there's one right here. It's a little carnivorous plant, they're super tiny. Right there, that's my pinky. There's some more that are green right there. Rhodora. Black flies. Okay, we're about halfway through our bushwhack portion, and I went into the woods for some of this. Did you?
I was not in the woods.
No, John stayed out on the slide, but I don't know. It was pretty sketchy, I think.
It's slippery.
And maybe if it
Even
hadn't,
the dry spots
I was
are
gonna say
slippery.
maybe if it hadn't rained, it wouldn't have been quite so bad. Although there are dry spots now, and look, there's a cairn and some scat from, I think, a bobcat. Okay, so I'm not sure how soon this thing ends. It sort of looks like it's petering out, but we'll go see. Ooh, I just heard a thrush. Lovely. Okay, now we are really, truly on the slide. It kind of narrowed out, got really tight with just like Rhodora, and then it popped open again. So this is looking down it. And then, ooh, I'm on like some scree. And then this is looking up it. So this appears to be quite dry, thankfully, with a lot of loose, I'm gonna step here, let's see. A lot of loose stuff, not unlike probably like South Tri-Pyramid. Okay, that's good.
A little steeper maybe than South Tri-Pyramid, but
Yeah,
sturdy.
it looks like it's pretty sturdy. Let's go. Famous last words. And John is absolutely swarmed. I don't know if you can see it on this video. Oh, man, they're biting me. And they don't usually get me.
You have like 1 or 2. I can see.
Maybe they're
30
attracted to head nets. We just exited the top of the slide, and now we're on like a little herd path kind of thing. Pretty open woods, nice. We're about 50 feet of elevation. And I'm at 1.74 miles total from Ravine Lodge. So, and almost 2 hours. So it took us about an hour or 50 minutes of putzing around. We take our time on slides though, so.
We're about 1/8 of a mile from Carriage Road.
We're very close. We should be close to Carriage Road. And then when we pop out, if we pop out in the right place, we should be 3/10 of a mile from the junction with Glencliff. So, and we did see the second blaze. So we were definitely
We're on the right
on the right slide. And there's definitely evidence of people using this, as well as animals.
And Bigfoot.
Yes, that's right. Who knows? I mean, a moose shouldn't have been in there.
That's right.
Okay, so we're just going to continue up here. It's not bad at all. This is looking down the carriage road. This is the water bar going off right there, and that is where we popped out. I think I didn't head quite straight up from the slide, and I cut.
No, you were pretty good.
Was I? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I cut towards the right because I know
You did go to the right towards a little bit, but it's very close to the track
where
that
it
we
is.
set.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this
and
is
it's very close to where we said we bump into it, almost exactly.
okay. So if you ever wanted to go down it, which I don't know why you would, you might want to start there. And then this is looking up towards the edge of South Peak, and the black flies are still swarming. Gotta keep moving. We're about maybe 100 feet from where I popped out at that water bar, and this to me looks like, actually to John, I walked right by it, looks like the exit of that. I didn't see the trail go that way though. I mean, there wasn't, it's an abandoned trail. There's definitely been people on it recently, but it's very open. There's herd paths in there from actual animals. You can go wherever the heck you want to go. I was following it for a while, and then I just headed the way I wanted to head. So, and there's a view of the summit. Actually, with the naked eye, I can see the summit sign right up there. Here's the trail. There's the trail the other way, nice and flat in this section. We just saw our first hiker of the day. I don't really expect to see too many people today. It is a Monday. The weather forecast is not great all week long. I think this is probably the best day though, until the weekend, unless things change. But in any case, it's gonna be a nice quiet day. We're at a little over 4,600 feet, so we've got about 250 feet to climb. Hopefully it will be breezy up there. Keep the flies away. I don't think the views are going to be anything outstanding today. There was a lot of wildfire smoke when I checked the map layer on Gaia for wildfire smoke. You could tell that even if it were not cloudy, it's just so super hazy, way more hazy than it was yesterday. But that's okay. Climbing the slide was the highlight. Oh, I see a person coming down. So there's at least one other hiker. Okay. There's South Peak right there. The summit sign right there. We're gonna head down Gorge Brook right here where there's some people coming up. And Franconia Ridge right here, all socked in with smoke. It's pretty hazy. We are back at the beginning. This is the Ravine Lodge. And it took us a little over 5 hours, including stopping for lunch, and 6.5 miles. So, sun is out now. I still think it's a hazy view, but we'll probably stop at the pullout. There's along the highway, there's a pullout where you can get a view to Franconia Ridge. So if it's clear, I might pull over there and just see, but I'm not counting on it. Oh, I do see cloud right there. In any case, that was really fun hike. I liked it very much. Slide was not too scary at all, and not too long, and the whacking was super easy, wide open, nothing tight anywhere, so that's good. And the bugs were atrocious. So, as to be expected.